Well, good morning, Aaron and Aaron. So Highland High School took Tech Tuesday up 1,000 notches by creating what they did. So they basically based this off of the movie The Martian and the book, of course, and over 500 students were a part of this project. Take a look at what we have here. Of course, we have our wonderful students that woke up early this morning to hang out with us. We have Dave, who is NASA. We have our teachers here with us this morning as well. Say hello to Aaron and Kathy. Now, Kathy, you are Science Department Chair, and you came up with this entire idea. So tell me how, first of all, I know how you did it because of The Martian, but how the heck did you implement it with everyone that's actually involved?
Everyone was so excited about the project, there was no trouble implementing it. Everybody wanted to do it once they heard about it.
So with all the different departments, because I know you said there are some students with drama who are a part of it. We obviously have our kids from the engineering class. How many different elements and how many different areas of the school were involved in this?
Well, first of all, the administration approved it, and the science department, all of the chemistry students involved, which is most of the juniors in Highland High School, the senior psychology students, so that's three classes, so classes there, the advanced drama students, and 2 periods of Project Lead the Way engineering.
Wow, that's incredible. You guys should all be very proud of yourselves. Okay, so Aaron, you and I were talking about this for a couple weeks, trying to get this all set up. So explain to me the process of how they got this whole thing put together.
So their first big thing they were working on is how to come up with a replica of the rover and come up with the design. They needed to find just spare parts that we had in the classroom and how they could assemble those together. They then had to try to find some way to hold a universal camera to transmit wirelessly, so they had to custom make and design and then 3D print their own cell phone camera holder. We then wanted to keep it accurate to the movie, so we needed solar panels, so they had to try to figure out how to interface a solar panel with the electricity needs that we needed for this project, and they needed to learn the hexadecimal computer code to send and receive signals. So they had to learn that and then practice transmitting messages.
So how long did this take to complete?
It took about a month to run through all of the research, the development, the planning, the building, and then to implement and to use.
Perfect. Okay, so you, NASA, how are you doing controlling this thing?
I'm doing pretty good, so we're pretty
Okay. Well, I like that answer.
we're converting hexadecimals into alphabets to send to Mars, and we're doing that through sending a message, KBAK live. So we do that by saying 4B and all these, so we'll go 4, then all the way to B.
And someone on the other end is supposed to be writing this down so they know what it is.
So 4B is K, and we'll keep going on.
This is so interesting. Okay, so I'm going to head on over to one of the students. Don't knock me over with that thing. Thank you, thank you. Okay, you, sir. What was it like working on a project like this?
Most definitely fun. Like, I kind of grown more attached to these people because it was like just one big family, all of us together, just making one project a reality.
That's perfect. Okay, so what part did you feel more passionately about? What did you specifically dive into?
Well, what I was building the overall structure of it. Okay. We originally were going to make it only one stage, so it's just going to be the bottom part, but we wanted to go above and beyond, so we added another level to it. So that's going to be the top part. That's why it's much taller and accommodates the height of the stands and the characters that are around it.
So do all of you want to go off to college and become engineers?
I do, yes. I would like to become a civil engineer or an electrical engineer. So when my part of the project is I was in charge of the electrical. I set up all the solar panels with a group of people to power the robot, because all he does on Mars is run it off of solar. And this project has really been fun because we've been able to work with all the different departments. We've had just under 100 engineering students, just under 500 chemistry students, a lot of art students and psychology students. We've had a lot of people working on this project to make it happen.
I love how he's the one that didn't want to be on camera and didn't want me to ask him anything, and the second you ask him a question he likes, he's all about it. Thank you so much. All right, stick with us. This is our Tech Tuesday. It's pretty awesome, too. We're going to have more in just a little bit right now, though. Aaron, back to you. So we have transformed our Eyewitness News studio into our very own space station, I would say. Take a look at this. So this is all from that movie, The Martian. We had over 500 students that were a part of this entire project, and it's pretty cool to have this in our Eyewitness News studios, I would say. Say hello to Kathy Crosby, Science Department Chair, and Aaron Whitfield, Project Lead the Way Engineer and Mathematics teacher. So let's go over this one more time. If you're just tuning in, this was a project this woman came up with on her own, decided to incorporate it throughout the entire Highland High School, and we have how many different departments that are a part of it?
Well, we have science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so in science, we have the chemistry teachers, Jonathan Wyckoff and myself. And then in the arts, we have Robert Long, who's our drama teacher. And those students documented everything that we've been doing. We have Mr. Whitfield, who is our engineering project lead the way teacher. And we have Mrs. Sweet, who's our psychology teacher. And they studied the effects of being alone on a planet and survival skills.
Wow, that is so interesting. Okay, so before we went on camera, Dave here explained to me what this scene was. So if you haven't watched the movie yet or read the book, basically, well, I'm going to let you do it because you did a really good job.
So basically here NASA is sending hexadecimal codes to the Martian, and we do that through certain numbers of characters and letters, and we do that by using the rover that the Martian has found in Mars.
So basically, this part of the movie, there was a rover that was already there on the actual planet. He knew that it was there, but he knew that it didn't move. It just could rotate back and forth. So he built this whole system around it so he could communicate with you back at the homeland, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so before I went on camera, we had these 4 little jokesters telling me to ask someone a question about something that had to do with this device. And I want to say that looks like some type of car battery. Someone?
Yeah, I got locked in the engineering room a few weeks ago, so I got stuck at school for a few hours before I could get it back to put back in my car.
So you really took this seriously, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was totally fine with being stranded. But you were the one that wanted me to call him out.
Yeah.
What else is kind of unique about this thing? Whose phone is that, by the way?
Right now, we're using Skype to. So we have a visual with the Earth, and we have a visual on Mars. Right now we're using Aaron's iPad and iPhone.
Okay. I got it. Okay. So how long did all of you spend on this project? I haven't spoken to you. How long did you spend on this project?
We spent about a good maybe month or so getting everything good and everything. Yeah.
So when you saw the finished product, how did it make you feel?
It felt pretty good because, like, our portion, well, my portion especially, I didn't really get to work hands-on with the robot. I was more like communication and what are we going to say to and from mission control. And, yeah, so when I saw it, I was, like, pretty shocked. I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty good.
Good job, guys. It actually looks pretty good. All right, stick with us. We have another look at this wonderful project. We come right back. This is all for Tech Tuesday. And congratulations to everyone at Highland High, man. You are taking science up a lot of notches. Aaron, back to you.
Well, very neat. Thank you, Kalyna.
Yeah, so I'm surrounded by some of the smartest people in Kern County, possibly in all of the U.S., because look at what they did. Check this out. So they took the movie The Martian and they created something out of it, and it's been a huge project through all of the Highland High School kids. And we have some people who are behind it with us here this morning. Kathy Crosby, Science Department Chair, and Aaron Whitfield, Project Lead the Way Engineer. Good morning. Good morning. Now, one thing that I know we need to hit on is the fact that this was all student-driven. Am I correct?
That's correct. When we first started this, I didn't have a product or end goal in mind of what it should look like. It was just, okay, we need to come up with a replica of the Mars rover, and the kids had to research it, come up with their own designs. They designed and 3D printed their custom cell phone holder case. It was, okay, so we want solar panels to be able to work with this. And it was, they had to research different types of electricity and how much voltage and current everything needed to be for what we needed for this project and how to translate that. It was like, okay, well, we better learn hexadecimal code. So the kids went out and learned it and created the messages that they wanted to send. They got inspiration from quotes from the movie, from the book. But everything that you see here 100% came from the kids' minds. They came up with all of it themselves.
How does that make you guys feel? I mean, you're all energetic, enthusiastic, awake. You said great. Okay, so why does it make you feel so great?
Well, because it's just kind of a thing where it's like you see something planned and then you also get to see it built, and it just kind of feels great in the end because it's like I helped plan and now it's built and we just get to see, and you know what I mean, and how it all develops. It was just cool to see it all develop.
And I'm guessing you guys all bonded too at the same time, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then we also have to thank the documenting crew, and just one example is this brochure, which thank you Michelle and John for making this beautiful brochure. And we also have to thank the teachers in the drama classes and Mrs. Sweet and Mr. Long for helping us document and make a documentary and help us, you know what I mean, so we can document this so we can show more people and that sort of thing.
All right, so NASA, I asked you earlier if you're good. You said, I'm good, I'm NASA. So show me what this thing is all about. That way everyone at home can take a little look at this. So this, again, was from a scene from The Martian, and basically there was a rover that was already there that could rotate back and forth but not necessarily move. And so he used this as a way to communicate back to you and tell you, hey, I'm alive, I'm hungry, feed me, find me, help me, right?
Yeah. So we did this through NASA did this through using ASCII table and all the hexadecimal codes. So to send one character would take 2 characters. So say we wanted to say A, it would take 4 and then 1. That would send capital A, and it would just keep going on until we end the message. And NASA usually makes it concise and short, so the Martian doesn't have to make it so the Martian can get it.
Perfect. All right, so say hello to your future engineers and leaders of America right here in our studio. Thank you all so much for being here this morning. We really appreciate it. And take a good look at this thing one more time. This is what you guys did. Congratulations, and good job, Highland High. All right, Tech Tuesday. There you have it right here on CBS right now, though. Aaron, back to you.
That is ultimate Tech Tuesday, Kalyna. And give those guys a round of applause because that is just awesome skills right there. I wish I did that in high school.